Hello everyone, myself Yashkot. I am an assistant professor of botany at RPS Degree College. I welcome you all at my YouTube channel Botany for All. In today's video, I am going to discuss about the answers of some memory-based questions that were asked in today's examination, that is the DBT GRF or Biotechnology Eligibility Test. This test was held on 3rd of the October, today the 3rd of October 2020. So I'm going to discuss the answers of some questions as well as I will also talk about the expected cutoff and the level of the examination or the level of the today's examination. So let's just discuss in detail. If I talk about the level of examination very first, the DBT GRF. So the level of examination was quite easy to moderate. Not in any terms we can say that the examination was hard, because a many number of questions were there which were which were too much easy, like the first stable product of the C3 cycle, when does the World Environment Day is celebrated, or what is on 5th of June. So questions were like that were too easy. Okay, so paper ka jo level tha, that was quite easy to moderate. Not a single question we can say that was hard. Second thing, many questions were asked from the life sciences background, only the life sciences background. Means the students from the MSc Geology, Botany or other backgrounds other than the biotechnology, they can easily attempt 40 to 45 questions in part B, because we have to attempt 50 out of the 150 questions in part B. So it was very feasible. It was a feasible range to attempt 40 to 55 questions very easily if you are from a single subject like MSc Botany or from the MSc Geology alone. The core biotechnology was of course there. Of course, the numericals were also there. So it was quite easy for the biotechnology background students also, as well as the life sciences background students also. If someone is preparing for CSIR NET very well, and he or she had prepared 7 to 8 units like the molecular biology, it was asked too much. Okay, there are approximately 10 to 12 questions in the part A as well as the part B from the molecular bio itself. The biochemistry was also asked. Many questions were there from the biochemistry, even on the amino acids itself. Only on the amino acids, I guess 6 to 7 questions were there, and they were very simple, like which one are negatively charged and some other properties of the amino acids. Some of the questions were on pH, buffers, and like that. So there was many questions on the biochemistry. Some were also on the cycles. One was on the glycolytic cycle or the glycolysis. One was on the C3 cycle that I have also told earlier. There are many questions on the plant physiology as well, and the simple botany. Okay, the core botany like embryology. Okay, which one of the cells which are surrounding the egg cells like synergids. So there are many questions which were very easy and up to the remarks of the life sciences background students. So that's why this exam was quite easy to moderate. Okay, although the exam was easy to moderate, but the exam was CBT or the online mode. So we should not expect a too much high cutoff. Okay, even if the exam was easy, since there is also a negative marking, 1/3 negative marking, and the second factor is online mode. The time management is a quite common problem for all of the students, most of the students. The time management in the online mode examinations is the main concern for many of the students. That's why the cutoff does not touches so high. So I am expecting the cutoff like previous year. There are total 2 categories, the category 1 and category 2. So the previous year cutoff was around 180 for the category 1 and 170 for category 2, the general category. Okay. In 2020, if I talk about, so I'm expecting the same cutoff. Okay. It would be around 175 to 180 for category 2, and it would be 170 or 165 to 170 for category 2. Category 1, 75 to 180, or hardly it can go up to 185, but I'm expecting from 175 to 180. So the cutoff will be quite similar like the previous year cutoff, because previous year also there were many questions which were also from the life sciences background. Okay, not from the core biotechnology, although there were numericals, but we have a huge choice in the part B, that is from 50 to 50 questions out of the 150. So the cutoff will be lie same like the previous year, not more than that. Although these are my opinions, you can also tell your opinions in comments, that what was the level of the examinations, what is the cutoff you are expecting. So the suggestions are most welcome in the comments. So now I'm going to discuss about some questions which are memory based questions. Okay, so let's just discuss them. I will discuss some of the questions in this part, and after remembering or memorizing all other questions, I'm going to making different parts of the part 2 and part 3 of the same video. So let's start with the first one. The most easy question from the botany portion of the plant biotechnology portion was the first stable product of the C3 cycle. C3 cycle, first stable product. One question was this. I don't know it was in part A or part B, but this was a question that C3 cycle first stable product. It is a very common question generally asked in different competitive examinations, master's examination, GATE examination, and the even CSIR net also. So the C3 in C3 cycle, the first stable product is the 3-phosphoglycerate. I myself have been given the exam today, so I'm expecting also a good score around 180 to 190. It was my first attempt for this examination, for the DBT examination. So this question was also there, that the first stable product of the C3 cycle is what? So it would be 3-phosphoglycerate. There was another question on 5th June, which day it's celebrated. So all of us should know that it was the World Environment Day. There was a question on the convention about the wetland. So I think some of the students who have studied the environmental studies or the ecology, they should know that it was the Ramsar Convention. So the answer will be Ramsar Convention. There was a question from the botany that in the embryo sac or in the ovule, which of the cells surrounds the egg? So in embryo sac, there is a pollen nuclei. This is egg. Surrounding egg are the two synergids, and here at the antipodal end, at the chaliceal end, there are 3 antipodal cells. Okay, AC से इसको याद रखते हैं. The chaliceal end antipodal cells. Okay, micropylar end पे egg होता है और इसको ME से याद रखते हैं. At the micropylar end there is an egg, and at the chaliceal end there is the antipodal cells. So surrounding the egg are the synergids. Okay, so the answer will be synergids. There was one more question about the degradation proteins. There was a question like which of the class of proteins are responsible for the degradation. So it was proteasome. The question was like asked on this concept. There was one more question about the acetyl-CoA, that what is acetyl-CoA. So it was an acetyl group attached with a coenzyme A. There was a question on acetyl coenzyme A. So it is an acetyl group attached with the coenzymes. There was one more. There was one more question about the chlorophyll molecule particularly. Okay, in that question it was asked that in the chlorophyll there is a porphyrin head, magnesium center. There are 4 pyrrole rings. They are also attached with the methane bridges and like this. This is a porphyrin head, and at this pyrrole ring, the 7th carbon position, there is a phytol tail. So chlorophyll is a water insoluble pigment. Water insoluble pigment. Okay, and this portion makes it insoluble in the water. The tail makes it insoluble in the water. So it was asked that what are the natures of the head and tail? Since it is making it insoluble in the water, that's why it is hydrophobic. Hydrophobic or lipophilic. The tail is lipophilic, and this is hydrophilic. The head is hydrophilic. So there are many options. The correct combination would be head is hydrophilic and tail is hydrophobic or the lipophilic. So this was the right answer. So these were 7 questions. There was a question on the DNA replication in the bacteria, that which of the character is false about the bacterial replication. So there are options like semi-conservative, semi-discontinuous. So among that options, it is also semi-discontinuous, semi-conservative. There was one option that bacterial replication was unidirectional or unidirectional bacterial replication. So false statement choose करना था. So this is the false statement because the bacterial application is bidirectional, not the unidirectional. So it was the correct answer, or it was the false answer according to that. So we have to choose this option, that unidirectional nahi hota. Okay. There was one more question about the function of endothecium. Endotheciums are the layers in the anther, okay, which give protection support, no doubt. But the main function of the endothecium is the dehiscence of the anther. So it was given on the option. That's why the correct answer will be dehiscence of the anther. One more easy question was on the cryopreservation, that what is the temperature in the plants for the cryopreservation. So that is cryopreservation. So it would be minus 196 degrees Celsius temperature. That's a that was a very easy question. There was one more questions on the ABC model, that if A gamete is mutated, which of the organs will not form? The question was that. Okay, the question was not like that, which of the organs will form, which of the organ will not form. So the stamens and carpels will not form. So the answer will be stamen and carpels. One more question was on the plants also, that the purple color of the leaf was caused by, so it would be phosphorus. Due to the lack of phosphorus, there is purple coloration of the leaves. Okay, there was one question about the doublet pattern of the genetic code. The statement of question was like the genetic codons are generally read in triplets. Okay, and since there are 4 nucleotides, A, U, G, C, codons are on the mRNA, that's why we will write the U. So the question was like that, if there would be doublet of codon, so how many possibilities will be there? So if there is triplet, there are 64 probabilities. Okay, 4 to power 3, because we are writing in the triplets. So if that would be doublet, so the choices are also the same, A, U, G, C. So choices are 4, but the pairing is 2. Okay, 4 to the power n. यहाँ पे triplet है तो 3, doublet है तो 2. So it would be 16. 16 would be the answer. अगर doublet में genetic codon होते हैं तो total क्या होंगी probabilities? 16 होंगी. 16 genetic code होते हैं अगर doublet होते तो. Okay. One more question was also like this. उस क्वेश्चन में ये बोला गया था कि अगर 3 जो है प्रोबेबिलिटीज हो, 3 ही जो है आपके, अगर आपके न्यूक्लियोटाइड्स हो ए जी सी, ओके, इन 3 न्यूक्लियोटाइड से और टेट्रा न्यूक्लियोटाइड बनाने आपको, ठीक है, टेट्रा न्यूक्लियोटाइड सीक्वेंसेस कितने बन सकते हैं? तो देखिए अगर 4 न्यूक्लियोटाइड हैं, ओके, और ट्रिपलेट्स बनाने होते हैं तो 64 बनते हैं. 3 ही न्यूक्लियोटाइड हैं और आपको टेट्रा न्यूक्लियोटाइड बनाने हैं, टेट्रा पेप्टाइड न्यूक्लियोटाइड बनाने हैं, तो 3 to power 4, 3 into 3 into 3 into 3, it would be 9, 27, 81. So there would be 81 probabilities or 81 outcomes. अगर जो है न्यूक्लियोटाइड जो आपके कोडोन्स है, ठीक है, वो टेट्रा में बनते, 4 में बनते, और 3 ही क्या होते हैं आपके पास न्यूक्लियोटाइड होते हैं. So there would be 81 possibilities. So it was also a question. There was one more easy question. Heterozygous pairs were given, B, B, C, C, D, D, E, E, F, F. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There was one more, G, G. So there are total 7 heterozygous pairs. Okay, so there is a direct formula 2 to the power n. जितने भी heterozygous होते हैं उतनी ही power हम use करते हैं. So in this segment there are 7 heterozygous. So 2 to the power n, it would be 128. So the 128 would be the answer for that. गैमीट फॉर्मेशन का सिंपल फॉर्मूला होता है, जितने हेटेरोजाइगस हैं उसको हम 2 to the power n लिखते हैं. सो 7 हेटेरोजाइगस थे, टोटल 128 हो जाएगा. There was a question on the molecular weight of the I guess proline and serine or whatever. There were 2 amino acids were given. One was weighing 117 Dalton and another was weighing 105 Dalton. So if they will form the peptide, this amino acid, this amino acid, so what would be the molecular weight? So if they will form the peptide, there will be peptide bond formation. So we will add them and subtract the peptide bond molecular weight. So the water is released, so it would be minus 18, because the molecular weight for water is 18 around. So it is 222 minus 18, it would be quite 204 answer. Okay, दो amino acids दिए हुए थे, डाइपेप्टाइड में आंसर क्या होगा? 204. There was one question on the dodo and plants. Dodo and some plant was given. Okay, so if dodo is extinct, then plant was also extinct. Okay, so there was a relationship asked between the dodo and plants, that why these plants also extinct. Okay, so the correct answer would be the seed germination due to the digestion of seed by the dodo. ये जो plants हैं, इनके seed जो होते हैं, okay, they only germinate once they eaten by the dodo. जैसे ही dodo इन seeds को खाते हैं, by their digestive system, these seeds, okay, will be come out from the body of the dodo, and after the digestion they will be germinated. Okay, so if dodo is extinct, these seeds will not germinate, because they were only germinating due to the presence of the digestion system or due to eaten by the dodo. So if dodo is not there, the plant will not be germinated. All of the seeds will remain in the dormant stage, and ultimately this plant will also extinct. So in my opinion, that would be the right answer. There was a question on the histone or the nucleosome, that in nucleosome, which of the histone is not a component? So it was given H1, H2A, H2B, H3. So this H2A, H2B, H3, H4, these are the core components of the nucleosomes, and H1 is the linker protein, so it is not the component of nucleosome. So right answer will be H1. There was a question in the mathematics that there was a 10-meter long pipe, two persons P and Q, or two objects starts moving. P is moving at 5 meters per second, and it is moving at 2 meters per second. Okay, the total length is 10 meters. So the question was like that कि जो Q जो है, Q जब अपनी destination पे पहुंचे, okay, तो P इसको कितने बार क्रॉस कर चुका हो? Okay, so Q will reach at this destination in 5 seconds. 2 मीटर पर सेकंड चल रहा है, 10 मीटर डिस्टेंस से 5 सेकंड ये लेगा. ठीक है, मीनवाइल P कितने बार क्रॉस कर लेगा? तो 5 सेकंड का मूवमेंट होगा P का. P जस्ट स्टार्टेड, सो इट विल क्रॉस वंस. पहले तो चलते ही क्रॉस कर लेंगे. 1 सेकंड के बाद ये 5 मीटर पे है P, और 1 सेकंड के बाद ये 2 मीटर पे है. ठीक है, आफ्टर 2 सेकंड्स P विल बी हियर एंड दिस विल बी हियर एट 4 मीटर. तो यहाँ पे कोई क्रॉस नहीं किया इसने. अगेन थर्ड सेकंड ये वापस आएगा. बैक एंड फोर्थ मूवमेंट शो कर रखा था, बैक एंड फोर्थ मूवमेंट कि आगे भी जा रहे हैं पीछे भी जा रहे हैं. थर्ड सेकंड पे ये वापस यहाँ आ जाएगा, फिफ्थ पे. ठीक है, थर्ड पे ये होगा सिक्स्थ मीटर पे Q. तो जैसे सिक्स्थ पे आया ये यहाँ पे आया, इसने फिर क्रॉस किया सेकंड टाइम क्रॉस, थर्ड सेकंड. ओके, एट फोर्थ सेकंड P होगा वापस ओरिजिनल प्लेस पे, ये होगा 8 मीटर पे, नो क्रॉसिंग. एट फिफ्थ सेकंड P होगा यहाँ पे, और क्या होगा 10 पे, नो क्रॉसिंग. सो इट वुड बी 2 टाइम्स. द आंसर विल बी 2 times. That P will cross the Q in the back and forth movement until the Q reaches its destination in 5 seconds. So they will cross, or the P will cross 2 times the Q. Also, there was one question in the mathematics about the series. So I don't remember the complete series, but it was like 57, and the difference is like 47. So here was the difference of 10. And next would be the 11, so it would be 68. 68 was the answer. Okay, so this it was a series like this, so the answer was 68 for that series. So these are some questions. In the next part, I'm also going to discuss the another 20 questions after remembering them or memorizing them. So that's all for today. Have a nice day.